everyone, it is Susie and I hope everybody is doing well. I have this little journal here. This will probably be my last journal. As I said before, this will probably be the last journal I make for Christmas, and I'm going to move on to some little craft with me's and different things for the rest of December. So anyway, this is just a fun journal. I really had a good time with this. I've got coffee dyed seam binding. I've got just white seam binding. Tied it with this little pinstriped red and white ribbon, and it's kind of felty. I'm not sure what kind of ribbon that is, but anyway, it is just with the this was the easiest journal I've ever made. I did a tutorial on this. This is what I made it out of. Just one of those that absolutely just wraps around, and you're using the regular copy paper for the cover. And then I've used some of the old bingo cards. I do have these in the shop still. These are my favorite vintage bingo cards to have. Most times when you get these, they already looked aged. You don't really have to do anything to them. And they're nice and sturdy, so they're just really good to work with. These are my, like I said, my favorites right here. So I wanted to go over with what I used because my digital kit is from My Porch Prints. It is Christmas Junk Journal Kit. Of course, it's a download. It's a printable. Then I used Judy at Rose Lane. I have a letter from the Journal Maker. It is also a printable. She's, you know, everybody's on Etsy. And I did buy that. It was just 99 cents. And I thought, what a cute thing to put in the journal. So, anyway, that's another fun thing. And I'll show you that. I know Gail Augustinelli had it on hers. And that's where I saw it. And anyway, just love the letter. I read it. It's so heartwarming, actually. That I just went ahead and bought it to put in the journals. And then AVArtDecor is where my printable words came from. And I think I think that's all I used. I was thinking maybe I used some of Mrs. Coggs, but I don't believe I did in this journal. I think all of them are the AVArtDecor. So anyway, they're all on Etsy, and that is what I used for this journal. So I didn't put any fabric. Usually I put some kind of that linen or muslin, but I just didn't. I just liked the way it looked without it this time, and so I just let the bare stitching show, because all these are stitched in. They're not the hand with the, you know, bound. They're just sewn in with the sewing machine. This little fun ribbon actually came from Big Lots, so that's where that came from. So for the cover, I used a little bit of cheesecloth and one of the printables. This is my favorite of the printables. I love this little image right here. And so I used it on the front, and this was my next favorite, so I used it on the back. Of course, I shrunk them down. I think I printed maybe 6 to a page to get this size. So anyway, that is what I've used. Now, I did use black stitching, and I've used white stitching in this journal both. So it just has a mixture of the color of the thread. So the cover is pretty sturdy. I did glue the first page to it, so it's double thickness and then plus your card, so it's pretty sturdy. And then here is a pocket. I did use the new Tim Holtz rub-ons that were supposed to be out this year. I think these are brand new, and so that is what I used here on the cover and throughout. Here is, this kind of almost feels like you could have padded it. I did not glue this down. I just simply held it on and stitched around. So it has a little bit of fun feel to it. And then here are a couple of tags. And there is one of the AVArt AVArtDecor words there, and there's another one. So anyway, those are the tags that I have put in the pocket here. And then just a little coffee dyed or tea dyed linen there, or fabric there on those. Here I added, made this just a little pocket, and then did a little bitty thing. It says Dear Santa, and it's just tiny, a tiny little place for journaling. Here I've stitched around, we've got wreath here in the definition. This is, I've been trying to use these. I had some that I had coffee dyed or tea stained, and these are the embossed cards. I have these in the shop. These are super fun to play with. They're super sturdy. They were, I think, I bought a box of them at a thrift store. And, you know, it looks like they were meant for invitations, like wedding invitations or something. They're a nice heavy card. So I just went and sewn the little image there, and it kind of is embossed around the sides there. And anyway, just a fun piece of card to play with. And then here I've just made some ruffle out of that little pinstriped trim there. And then here is one of the little tabs. Now, I have these in the shop. I was playing with scraps, trying to just kind of get rid of some of the scraps and little scraps that I had without throwing them away. So what I've done is I've just stitched various patterns, and what I did was I simply made tabs out of them. Now I've got these in the shop. I've got them 10, and they're 10 different patterns, but you have 10 tabs or embellishments, whatever you want to use them for. I've ripped one side and the other side is straight. So anyway, they were just fun to play with, and another little scrappy thing there. This is, I've got holiday stories, and I have sewn the little trees there, and I've done some more It's a Wonderful Life with the little rub-ons, and this is just a little place to maybe make your Christmas list or write a little story or something there. So we've got that just sitting in these little envelopes, and I had said before I picked these up, and anyway, I don't even remember where, but it's been a long time ago, and I just ran across them again the other day, and so I decided to start maybe using a few. So here is an envelope from the kit. I have stitched around it with white and the black, and then made, this is kind of a fun little booklet, or little trifold. This isn't the one I was thinking of. But this is just a nice little trifold to journal on. Here, I did make some fun little, I think they're in my glassine envelopes. I did make kind of a fun little journaling booklet, and I'll show you here in just a second. This is just some leftover parchment I had, and I decided to just fold it on the side of the page just to have a little fun with it. Here is my little fun journaling spot. So what I did was I just took some copy paper, my stained paper, and I have a couple of little places to journal there. And then you can flip it, and then you can open it this side and journal there. So, and what it looks like is it's just been sewn on each side, so that it kind of just gives it a fun little flair there. And then here, of course, is a really pretty image from the kit. And then here, I have used my rusted clips all through this. And I need to rust some big ones, but I just can't hardly find paper clips that will rust anymore. It's just hard to find any paper clips to rust. So this is Christmas Wish, and it just simply folds. I've got Season's Greetings, And that's just a little journaling paper there. And I've put it in the middle. The middle is a little smaller. On these journals here, I made the middle a little smaller. And I have torn the edges. So where the glassine bag is kind of separates my middle section. And so these are ripped pieces here for the middle section. And then here is another little one of those tabs. My little scrappy tags. But anyway, I do have them in the shop for a set of 10. I think I only have, well, at present I only have 8 left. Now there may not be that many left by the time I get this video out, but I only had 8 left. So just a fun addition if you want some sewing in your journal. And then here is just a piece from the paper I just thought was really pretty. And journaling for the back. I just really love the color of the little red berries there. So, and I've got This Is Us, and you could kind of write a story. And then here is another little envelope, like the little policy envelope. And this I've just made a little scrappy place to write. Just took some paper and literally just stitched it across to hold it together. Or you might want a Christmas list, maybe wish list there. And then here is the other half of that paper. I printed this out full size, so I just kind of cut it a half. Maybe this is a little less than a half, but I've got your 24 on the other one and 25 here for Christmas Eve and Christmas. And you can just kind of journal on the back. And then here is another one that I made, and this is just like the other one. This is just fun. Open it up and you've got your little journaling spots, and then you can flip it over and then you have your journaling spots there as well. So anyway, just a little fun addition, I think, to it. And then here is another one of those envelopes. I have just set them in there, but you could always glue them in if that's what you'd rather do. Oops, my J is missing. Anyway, this Jingle All the Way, Winter, Noel, and I'll have to find that J. It's probably still on the thing. I was just trying to catch some of the lettering as I laid it over. And then there is Santa Claus. I love this image as well. I think this was a tag, and I cut off the slants and just made it a thing. So we'll find the J. We'll get it on there before it heads out. And then there is that. Just a little booklet. I'll kind of leave that out so I remember to do that. Another little scrappy tab there. And another envelope from the kit. I have got December on that one, stitched with white and black there. And then the inside is done. These are tags. I've just done them in white stitching as well. Christmas in the Old Home. To my dear friend, Mrs. Charles Davidson, New York. And then these here, I actually backed them in an old letter. I just kind of split the letter or envelope apart. This was 1914, and I just backed it on these tags, and I thought that made a cute backing. So this is kind of another fun way to use up those old envelopes. Okay, and that just goes on here. And then I did this same way as I did the beginning one on the music sheet. Another one of the little parchment paper there. Christmas Carol, I've just got that on this little graph paper there. And then here is, well, I'll show you that in a minute. Let's get to the back because I probably won't be able to hold this open to show it to you. But this is the same way. I didn't really glue it down, so it's kind of puffy there. It kind of made it kind of fun. But there's that image. This I just did on a little old book page there. And there are those. And then these this is a tag, and I just simply took the word gingerbread and just kind of sewed it on the edge. And that one too, that snowman. And then there is the back for journaling. So those were kind of fun. And they just slip in the back pocket. Wonderful Christmas. And then there is the back. So here is the letter from a journal maker. And this is so cute. And I'm not going to read it. If you want to read it, you'll have to go over and find that in her shop. But Rose Lane Vintage Designs on Etsy, and she does have, you know, the copyright here on this. So what I did was I just signed my name and 2021 for the journal. But this was so very cute. Such a cute letter, such a heartwarming letter that it's absolutely amazing. So anyway, that is going in the journal. And like I said, if you want to read it, you can go over and I did put mine on some very thin onion skin paper. So that's why it's kind of transparent and why it's so crinkly. It is done on some very thin, very thin, a little bit of a copper finish there, onion skin paper. So anyway, guys, that is the journal. It is going in the Etsy shop. And anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.